and that should be going. Okay, we got that. And now for the Facebook, and it'll have its billboard come up. Okay, and we can do a delete there, and then do a Saturday evening news, and then come down here and do a delete and host Richard Slezak. Whoop. I just disconnected my brain. It's not all that bad. The jack fell out of my headset. We have 8 o'clock here at the Voice of Stockton, coming to you from the John Moriarty Studio, 231 West Bedford Road, Stockton, California. And we're going to get started broadcast on the Facebook, and I'd like to say good evening to our Facebook audience. Now onward to the audition computer. Seems that we have various items that have been left up, so we have to clear those off. And, whoop, that went away pretty quick, and that's a good thing. Oh my. They recorded a little on the high. You can turn down the microphone. When it's a solid green like that, you have things set too high. And I guess that's what that means, so we can just close it. All right, and continuing to march, these are just going into the file in order that they are set up or lined up. Uh-oh, this is going to take, jumps from 5 to, it looks like 11 minutes. Oop, now it's at 5 minutes or 50 seconds. Okay, that's a good thing. And let me continue to march here. Somebody kindly left some coffee and water closely available. I need to go get my, oh my. Now we have things here on the addition computer we need to get going, and so we can close that since we've filed it. And now time to file the second to the last. Oh, apparently it doesn't need filing, and can just close it. And uno mas. Okay, that needs filing. had something come up here on the... Okay, I hope I didn't lose my emblem on the other computer. I can go back and look for that one more time. And oh, that is most peculiar. Ah, I really think I pulled it off. That's not good. Oh my golly, here's people coming in. Well, that's... looks like Betty, and that's a good thing. Betty does a lot of good here. Alrighty, let me get my computer. Howdy, Betty. I have my computer. Alrighty. Setup time. Okay. May as well. Okay, folks, we're gonna be a few minutes over here continuing in our setup, and have these nice little fans to keep us cool. And is this my... it sure is. And so want to look into some things this evening. And brought my own information machine to do it. Yes, we're gonna continue here with weather report and some sports report because it's near the end of the baseball season. NFL just started up. Like to see what's going on. Pass it along to you. Get informed and inform you as well. Let's get some light on the subject. All right, all right. Oh, that's not good. We have some microphones down, some headsets down here on the phone. floor, getting snagged. Yeah, so need to bring them up. A little bit of housekeeping here at the station. And if I can bring this microphone over and chit-chat with you, and maybe move this camera. Oh, yeah, hey, that's cool. This is not a bunker. We have an attorney's office in back of us on that wall, and out that way is the rest of the world. Got the Hewlett-Packard warming up. The Packard's warming up in the garage, dear. Yeah. They were good cars. All right. Brought some cookie action. I will not mention the food processor who brought it to us. I don't think it's kosher. Might be, though. I usually tell you on the box. Yep, having a leisurely time. 8/11. Mm. 8/11, September 22nd. (8:11 p.m.) So, gotta do some password action here on the on the Brainiac. Yeah, we got a Brainiac right here in the studio. Matter of fact, we got 4 of them. Right on, right on. I'm just gonna get going here kind of leisure style. And Angels in Houston. Whew! Astros whipped on the Angels 10-5. Rockies went to Arizona and beat the Diamondbacks 5-1. And then in the bottom of the 7th in Oakland, it's tied up 2-2. The Twins and the Athletics in the bottom of the 7th at Chavez Ravine. The Dodgers are on top of the Padres 7-1. Today, the Cardinals defeated the Giants in St. Louis. The Phillies succumbed to the Braves 5-3. And yes, the more about the Braves momentarily. The Yankees in the Bronx defeated the Orioles 3-2. In Toronto, the Blue Jays defeated Tampa Bay 5-2. And then The Pirates in Pittsburgh defeated the Brewers 3-0. Indians, oh my! Indians defeated the Roaring Red Sox 5-4 in Cleveland. Oh, crosstown game. Cubbies went south, defeated the White Sox at Kaminsky 8-3. Oh my! In Arlington, Mariners 13-0 over the Rangers. It's the bottom of the ninth. Mets went to our nation's capital and were defeated by the Natties 6-0. Tigers over Kansas City 5-4, and the Marlins in Miami defeated the Reds 5-1. And we got 8:15 here at the Voice of Stockton. Leisurely Saturday evening news. Yep, the Yanks clinch a wild card berth on a walk-off win in the 11th. The Braves capture first National League East title since 2013. Cubbies' magic number for the Centrals at 6. So let's go take a look at the standings. And I believe that should be able to do it right there. It's taking its time on loading up. Regular season. This is silly. Yeah, why can't we just get standings? And they have this regular season. Still nothing. This is kind of silly, people. I go to the standings on the baseball site, and it's just not working too well. Maybe if I go down the page some. League leaders for batting, Mookie Betts at 339. This is American League. Francisco Lindor in runs at 124. Chris Davis, a left fielder for the Athletics, 45 home runs. Runs batted in, J.D. Martinez of the Red Sox, left fielder, 124. And Tree Turner leads in stolen bases of the Natties. He's their shortstop at 41. And continuing. We're going to try to Duffy's Baseball Nightmares. Got a lot of sites you can go see. Now, we're going to have to... It's very funny that it just doesn't want to... It can't go to... Oh man, it just... It's messed up right now. It doesn't want to work well, so we're just going to abandon that. Oh. Gotta go back to... Sometimes sites don't work as well as you'd like them to. Okay. www.nfl.com. And I just like to go look at the standings. It's not that complicated. Hopefully we can get that done without too much oh boy, there's coupons and offers. Oh my. People, and Avast is telling me things. Okay, let's get these extra things off the screen here. Because they always want to, you know, oh, you're going to the NFL site? Fantasy standings, schedules. Okay. Let's see how they... Oh, man. Oh, man. Are they going to bring this thing up? This is so bizarre. It's the same... craziness that I encountered over at MLB. Okay, here we go. American Football Conference East. Miami is at 2-0. Patriots are at 1-1. Oh my! Patriots have 47 points for, 51 points against. Now the Jets are at 1-2, so this is throws a distortion, but they're at 77 points for and 58 points against. Whereas the Bills are at 0-2, and they're at 23 points for and 78 against. AFC North, Cincinnati Bengals at 2-0. Wow, they're at 68 and 46. Cleveland Browns at 1-1. They're at 60 and 59 points for, points against. Baltimore Ravens 1-1. They have 70 points for and only 37 against. And Pittsburgh Steelers are 0 wins, 1 loss, 1 tie. They're at 58 and 63 points against. American Football Conference South teams are Jacksonville Jaguars at 2-0, points for, 51, points against, 35. Tennessee Titans at 1-1, 40 points for, 44 against. And the Colts at 1-1, 44 points for, 43 against. And the Texans at 0-2 with 37 points for and 47 points against. AFC West, Kansas City Chiefs 2-0, 80 points for, 65 points against. Denver Broncos 2-0, 47 points for, 43 points against. Los Angeles Chargers 1-1, 59 points for, 58 points against. And the Oakland Raiders at 0-2 with 32 points for and 53 points against. Then over in the National Football Conference, the National Football Conference East teams are the Dallas Cowboys at 1-1, 28 points for, 29 against. Washington Redskins at 1-1, 33 for and 27 against. Philadelphia Eagles at 1-1 with 39 points for and 39 against. And the New York Meadowlands, New Jersey Giants at 0-2 with 28 points for and 40 against. NFC North team, Green Bay Packers, one win with one tie, and their points for 53, points against 52. Minnesota Vikings at 1 win, 1 tie, 53 and 45. Chicago Bears, they're 1-1, 1 win, 1 loss, 47 points for, 41 against. And the Detroit Lions, they're 0-2 with 44 points for and 78 against. NFC South, Tampa Bay Buccaneers 2-0. They're 75 and 61 against. Atlanta Falcons 1-1 with 43 points for, 42 against. Carolina Panthers at 1-1 with 40 points for, 39 against. New Orleans Saints 1-1 with 61 points for and 66 against. And NFC West, Los Angeles Rams at 2-0, 67 points for, 13 against. Woo! 49 San Francisco / Santa Clara 49ers. They're at 1-1 with 46 points for and 51 against. Seattle Seahawks are at 0-2 with 41 points for and 51 against. And the Arizona Cardinals are at 0-2, and they've scored 6 points in 2 games, but their opponents scored 58 points against them. Arg. So not good. Oh my. And apparently games tomorrow. We have New Orleans at Atlanta, Denver at Baltimore, Cincinnati at Carolina, Giants at Houston. That's football. Titans at Jacksonville, 49ers at Kansas City. Morning game, it'll be Raiders at Miami, and then Buffalo at Minnesota. And I believe there's more. Ding dong. Colts at Philly, Packers at Washington, Chargers. Oh, take the long bus ride up the Harbor Freeway. At Los Angeles, Bears go to Arizona. The Cowboys go up to Seattle. New England travels to Detroit, and the Steelers are going to Tampa Bay. Okay, let's get out of here and whoop. I could use some more refreshment here. Now, let's see. www.ather.gov. Oh, Blarng, Schwang, Dingenberg. I'll be right back. we're back. Good thing I went out there. And would like to let out some whoop-whoops, but that wouldn't be appropriate. And nobody else is here, and so I'm playing. Okay, we're going to do a weather report right now. And there ain't much going on over California. Everybody seeing me okay? Yeah, oh, we got a lovely mauve over the Rocky Mountain states, Wyoming, Utah, and Nevada. Get my white on. And it looks like red flag warning. Yep. That means it's windy, hot. Could be hot, but it's windy. And you get some high elevations through there. Interstate 80 corridor, Clark. I drive a truck. Oh, God, mind-numbing. That's what piggyback is for. You gotta drive a load, let's say, from here to Chicago. Put it on a train. That way truckers can be home at night, railroad crews can be home at night. You know, you don't have this weird driving 2,000 miles with a load. You know, nothing in between. It doesn't make a lick of sense. Hard on the roads. Easy on the railroads. They're made for it. You know, they're made for heavy loads. That's where you put the heavy loads. All righty. Gonna take a look at local weather. And that, of course, is Stockton. Bam. Oh, don't need it. Don't need it. And we're supposed to go. Alrighty. We got 79 degrees. This is as of 8:05 p.m. And it's going to be, wind is at 9 miles per hour out of the northwest. Barometer 29.86. Dew point at 48 degrees. It's 79 degrees. And it's going to be clear at night, sunny during the day. 86 going to be the high tomorrow, 59 the low, 61 tonight's low, 59 tomorrow night's low, 89 for Monday, 61 for Monday night, 82 for Tuesday, 62 for Tuesday night, 83 for Wednesday with a low of 63. Oh, wow, big variance. I'm hoping for rain real soon. Lots of it. You know, not a common thing, but that's our weather for this evening. Not a whole lot going on. I'm gonna go back over to MLB and maybe I can... Oh, you know, they... Scores standings. Yeah, let's just go right to the standings, and maybe they'll... Oh, hey, something's happening now. Oh, goody, goody gumdrops. We have the standings for Major League Baseball. And with that, got 8:35 p.m. I'm just going to head on over here, and we're going to just go ahead and start the audition, if it's available to do. And it looks like that is the case. So that means putting up a little billboard in here, which is all well and good. Saturday Evening News. Okay, we're about to start it. It's 8:36 p.m. 3, 2, 1. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, from the John Moriarty studio. I am Richard Slezak. This is the voice of Stockton.org, also KXVS.org. It is the Saturday Evening News. We've been, this is feature time. And we're going to be doing, our first feature is on the baseball standings as of September. What? This is supposed to be news about government. We'll be doing the commerce and USDA, so we'll be getting to that. But here's something that's fun, and somewhat, since it's the last week of the season, I mean, a week from tomorrow is the last day of the regular season, so it's a good look at things, so this is okay for rebroadcast. Because the Red Sox are at 105-50. That's right, they've only lost 50 games. They've won 105. The Yankees are at 95-59. Tampa Bay Rays are at 86-68. But then Toronto, they're having a losing season at 71-84. And the Orioles, 44-110. We need to do a little bit of housekeeping here, and that is, need to mention show start and such like. And 8:36, show start, MLB standings. And then we go to the American League Central, and heck, the Indians are playing just as well as the Devil Rays at 86-68. Then the Twins are not doing too well, are at 71-82 losses. Tigers are at 63-92. The White Sox are at 61 wins, 93 losses. And the Kansas City Royals are at 53-102. Ow! That's a long season when you play 3 games in a row and you lose. You're 1-2, 1-2, 1-2. Ooh. Houston is at 97-57, so they're playing as well as the Yankees, almost. The Athletics are at 93-61, So they're right up there with the Yankees as well. And then this Mariners are at 85 and 69. The Angels, fourth place in the American League West at 75 and 80. And the Texas Rangers in fifth in the AL West at 65 and 89. National League East, Atlanta clinched it today. They're at 87 and 68. Phillies are at 78 and 76. The Nationals at 78 and 77. Mets at 72 and 83. And the Marlins at 61 wins and 93 losses. National League Central, Chicago Cubs at 90 and 64. Are we getting any sequence shifts? Oh, yeah, we are. And good. Cubbies, they're playing well at 90 and 64. And then you have the Brewers at 88 and 67, so they're playing as well as the Braves. Cardinals are at 86 and 69, so they look to be the fourth best in the National League. Pittsburgh Pirates are 78 and 75, so the NL Central, 4 of the 5 teams are winning teams. Cincinnati Reds at 66 and 90. In National League West, Dodgers at 85 and 69, so that puts them fifth best record. Rockies at 84 and 70, which would make it sixth. Arizona at 79 and 76. Then the Giants at 72 and 83, but they're ahead of the Padres at 62 and 92. Blah, blah. And so, look at the standings there. Glad to have got. They were something to go to direct. Worked out better that way. Oh, that's good. Team by team schedule. I wonder if go down your page. Let's see. Yarp, yarp, yarp. Okay, let's see what's left for our Giants. And yorp, yorp, yorp. Are they bringing it up? Yorp, yorp, yorp. I hope they bring it up quickly. That would be nice because we're on the air here. And yorp, yorp, yorp. Oh my, yeah, Cardinals. Okay, tomorrow, 11:15 is game time. And then 7:15, Monday night, they're going to be back in for a 3-game series, all at 7:15. And then the 28th, then Thursday is off, the 27th, and the 28th, the 29th, and the 30th. They'll be playing the Dodgers, 7:15 on Friday night, then 1:05 on Saturday, and 12:05 next Sunday. So got some good baseball. We can hear it and then watch it. Okay, that's what's happening there. And time for us to go to the United States Commerce Department. First, let us do a time check. And that was to 8:44. And now we're at Commerce. www. See, we're going to just take a look at how they're presenting themselves in within the name that shall not be shared. Administration. The Federal Administration. Oh, don't need you there. And Commerce Bank. Yo. Oh, there's Department of Commerce. Commerce.gov, baby. Oh, my God. Bad. All right. Learn about steel. Oh, my. Steel and aluminum. Department of Commerce. And you can do a search. You got Engage over in the corner. But what are the leading things? You have steel and aluminum tariff exclusion process, mission and strategic plan, Secretary Wilbur Ross, bureaus and offices, weather, and person finder. Then the next block, horizontal line, learn about commerce, browse by topic, find offices, explore data, get news, view photos, and provide feedback. Not a bad site. You know, hey, that looks all right, like they're going to present themselves. Then here's a bunch of things. What they've done. U.S. Department of Commerce establishes improved procedures for Section 232 steel and aluminum exclusion requests, and they did that on the 20th. Then on the activities they've done, they have big postings on the 18th, 20th, 18th, 17th. Gross domestic product by metropolitan area. Oh, Mr. Trump made mention of this the other day. I mean, you talk about easy pickings. Real gross domestic product increased in 312 out of 383 metropolitan areas in 2017. The percent change in real GDP by metropolitan area ranged from 12.1%, and then you'd have to go elsewhere. Then federal agencies protect, detect, intelligence community, respond and recover. Industry responds and recovers. And then federal agencies identify and protect. Our highest priority, protect and secure the 2020 census. U.S. Department of Commerce and the U.S. Census Bureau share an important goal to ensure the 2020 decennial census is safe, secure, and on schedule, protecting census. And then we have real disposable income and real consumer spending for April, May, June, and July. And it looks like personal income went up and stayed. June it increased from May, April into May. There was an increase. May into June it increased, but then it went down in July. But real consumer spending stayed the same, quite high, at this 0.3. Or whatever it is on this scale. Oh, it's a percentage change. So that's rather silly. It stayed the same April, May, June, and then went down some in July. Went down 0.1%. Because people, they were spending ahead of themselves. They had to make the money to pay back. Here's some more announcements from August 30th. American Workforce Policy Advisory Board announces call for members' nominations. Proclamation allowing steel and aluminum product exclusions for quota countries. It would allow Secretary of Commerce to provide targeted relief from quotas imposed under Section 232 on steel from South Korea, Argentina, and Brazil. August 29th, Secretary of Commerce met with President of Kenya, announces $850 million in U.S.-Kenya commercial deals and engagements. So, in public and private commercial deals and engagements. For details, there's a fact sheet. Then we get down to the bottom here, and it's pretty good. Search by organization name or browse the tree below. And there's Department of Commerce. Then within it are 3, 6, 9, 12, 13, such as U.S. Census Bureau, Bureau of Industry and Security. Then learn about commerce, 3, 6, 9, 11, such as contact list, commerce history, organization chart. Browse by topic, find offices, explore data, 5 subcategories there. Get news, and 7 categories there. View photos and videos. So, and provide feedback. That's pretty cool. So there's plenty here to look at, and I'd like to make note of that. And this is first page by 852, and let me just enjoy this for a moment. Actually, they make good coffee here. Oh my. Enjoying doing the show this evening. And we're at the Department of Commerce, and it explains itself quite well. About the best of what I've seen so far. So compliment them where they do well. So we're going to go on an adventure here at the Commerce Department, because they're very inviting. They show you how to do it. So, oh my, okay. Let's just start with learn about commerce. And we got Wilbur Ross, Karen Dunn Kelly, Undersecretary Affairs, performing more exclusive duties, non-exclusive duties of the Department of Deputy Secretary. And then Peter Davidson is General Counsel. There's also, let's see, that's the same stuff that was over there. Now, job opportunities are posted here. Within the Bureau is National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, Telecommunications and Information Administration, Oceanic and Economic Development Administration, Census Bureau. It's a student trainee in information technology, for instance. So yeah, they got some job postings there, job opportunities on that page. And this next one, browse by topic, learn about commerce, okay. And we're going to go to bureaus and offices. Howdy. And they got various bureaus, economic analysis. Oh, God, they got some good stuff. Years ago, I looked on some of these, and they cover some good stuff. And they do it well. Industry and security establishes improved procedures for Section 232 steel. Census Bureau, Economic Development Administration, mentioned earlier. Economics and Statistics, International Trade, Minority Business Development Agency, National Institute of Standards and Technology, NOAA, National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, National Technical Information Service, National Telecommunications and Information Administration, U.S. Patent and Trademark Office. So we got good stuff. In the Office of the Secretary, they have their, what you'd expect, Deputy Legislative and Intergovernmental Affairs, Policy and Strategic Planning, Inspector General, Chief Financial Officer, and Secretary for Admin. Center for Faith and Opportunity Partnerships? Oh boy. We hit something. We encountered something. Office of General Counsel, Office of Executive Secretariat, Public Affairs, White House Liaison, Business Liaison, naughty me, and Chief Information Officer and Enterprise Services. Ooh. Ooh, what's that? Ooh, my. And now what we had down there at that other page, too. So, let's see. That was bureaus and offices in the Commercy Department. Let's go back here and see. Okay, here's Commerce Leadership. Well, they got the leadership bios. It's organizations or groups. Ooh, we got filters. This is all staff. I'd rather have fall staff. Boo. So, and then we got Gilbert Kaplan. He looks like he's well-to-do. Dr. Walter Copan. This is that military fella. Daniel O'Hill. Lisa Casillas. Dr. Brian C. Moyer. Here's another doctor. Ron Jarmin. Dennis Alvord. Dave Rettel. Well, what's kind of, it's Assistant Secretary for Communications and Information, the NTIA Administrator. Okay. And Henry Childs III, he's Minority Business Development Agency and National Director. Avi Bender is National Technical Information Service Director. Andre Lancu, he's Undersecretary of Commerce for Intellectual Property and USPTO Director. Peggy Gustafson is the Inspector General. Michael Walsh is Chief of Staff to the Secretary. And Mike Platt is Assistant Secretary for Legislative and Intergovernmental Affairs. It is 9 p.m. This is the voice of Stockton.org. I am Richard Slezak, and this is Saturday Evening News. Sorry I don't have my emblem up on the Facebook, YouTube, but it kind of like went away again tonight, or I couldn't get it from one screen to another because the emblem department is just, it oversteps the where I could get it on to. The one behind it covers it completely, which is not ideal. Okay, let us continue. And whoop, toing doing, and learn about, browse by topic, and we're gonna go on back here. We had commerce leadership. We have organization chart. See how it's 15 and 600 kilobytes, and there we have related content and about career opportunities, comment policy. Alrighty, tell you how big it is, and so it's not necessary. That's the grant and contract opportunities, career opportunities, and internships. Now, okay, these are just commerce jobs, and how many do they have posted? 3, 5. Oh my. Then career opportunities at our offices and bureaus. Oh, okay. Additional national oceanic atmospheric career opportunities, related content. Yeah, that'll cover. There's jobs available there, folks, so that's a good thing. You know, especially if, you're ready to make that big leap to go to another town and start that good federal job. Give a look into it. And that was grant and contract opportunities. Now that's search fedbizops.gov for Open Department of Commerce procurements. That's contract opportunities. Contracting resources for contractors. There's planned acquisitions, Office of Small and Disadvantaged Business Utilization. There's a contracting section. Oh yeah, they tell you how. GSA, General Services Administration, has implemented a system for various vendors doing business with the federal government to manage their entity information in one central location. Then there's contracting offices at our bureaus. Grant opportunities, search for grants.gov. There's Economic Development Administration, International Trade, National Institute of Standards and Technology. Okay, that's within the Commerce Department. You get grants. If you're into doing studies, you might be able to wheel yourself one. So that'd be pretty cool. And now we got frequently asked questions. Let's just go to commerce history. And it's the 100th anniversary, so I guess 1918. The first secretary was William Redfield, was an iron and steel executive and author of a book, The New Industrial Day. The first Secretary of Commerce and Labor was George B. Cortelyou. Now, Herbert Hoover served as the longest Secretary of Commerce, and that was 7.5 years. Malcolm Baldrige and William Redfield both served more than 6 years. 8 secretaries served less than a year. 2 secretaries died while in office, Malcolm Baldrige and Ronald H. Brown. Women's secretaries, Juanita Krebs. The only economist to serve as secretary was Vice President Duke University and labor demographics specialist. Now, Barbara Franklin, she served as secretary, was one of the first women to graduate from Harvard Business School, served in the administrations of 4 U.S. presidents. And then Penny Pritzker was the third woman, and she had Realty and Capital groups were among the businesses she founded. Ron Brown was the first African-American secretary, a lawyer, a negotiator, and pragmatic bridge builder, and past chairman of the Democratic National Committee. Good guy. Asian-American, Norm Mineta. And he was only there for from July 2000 to January 2001. And then other offices held. Henry Wallace served as vice president before his appointment as Secretary of Commerce. 3 secretaries served in the U.S. House. Sinclair Weeks served in the Senate. Joshua Alexander, they also served in the House. There was a governor from North Carolina, a lieutenant governor from Ohio. Elliot Richardson, who was a good one, served as lieutenant governor of Massachusetts. There was Gary Locke, who was a 2-term governor of Washington, 97 to 05. Youngest and oldest. Youngest was 38-year-old Alexander Trowbridge, an oil company executive. Oldest was Philip Klutznick, 79, who had over 55 years of investment banking and private equity experience. Most secretaries were college graduates. Jesse Jones, the secretary who directed the Commerce Department's responses to war needs, received his formal education at a rural schoolhouse in Kentucky. Probably had a considerably high IQ. To have been able to handle that work. Yeah, it's not an easy job. Okay, hey, they have a complete listing going back of secretaries. And that's pretty good of them. Now, Wilbur Ross going back, Penny Pritzker, John Bryson, Gary Locke, Carlos Gutierrez, Donald Evans, Norm Mineta, William Daley, Mickey Cantor, Ron Brown, Barbara Franklin, Robert Mosbacher. Yeah, that was just about the duration of the Bush 1 administration. William Verity under Reagan. Malcolm Baldrige, that was Reagan's mainstay. Philip Klutznick under Carter. Juanita Krebs under Carter. Elliot Richardson under Ford. Rogers Morton under Ford. Frederick Dent under Nixon and Ford. Pete Peterson under Nixon. Maurice Stans, yeah, that was Nixon's mainstay going in with him. C.R. Smith under Johnson. Alexander Trowbridge under Johnson. John Connor, the governor of Texas. 65 to 67, Luther Hodges under Kennedy and Johnson. Frederick Mueller, 59 to 61 under Eisenhower. Lewis Strauss, 58 to 59. Sinclair Weeks, 53 to 58. So that was Eisenhower's mainstay. Oh my! Truman's mainstay was Charles Sawyer, 48 to 53. Averell Harriman, 46 to 48. Henry Wallace from 45 to 46. Jesse H. Jones from 40 to 45. Henry Hopkins, great names of the FDR's time, 38 to 40. Daniel Ripper from 33 to 38. Roy Chapin from 32 to 33. That was under Hoover. Robert Lamont from 29 to 32. I think things got hot for him with the Depression. William Whiting from 28 to 29. And then Herbert Hoover from 21 to 28. Joshua Alexander, 1919 to 1921. And William Redfield from 1913 to 1919. Now, Commerce and Labor were together before 1913. There was Charles Nagel from 09 to 13. Then Oscar Strauss from 06 to 09. Victor Metcalf from 04 to 06. This is under Teddy Roosevelt. George Cortelyou, he was the first one, 03 to 04. All right. Good little history there. Yeah. Good job if you can get it. Brain required. I wouldn't mind doing it, but be glad to, but I'd require a move. Hooey. And privacy program. Let's see. Commerce services and offices near you. And let's just let's say, okay, let's say just any. And then let's say 100 miles from our illustrious, wonderful town of Stockton, CA. Oh, my. Have they got us anything? Okay, there's one in Sacramento. And, yeah. What the? Oh, man. 4, 6, and 11. Yeah. There's one over in San Jose. Suite 17. It was 725 on West Santa Clara Street. And, yeah. They're listing most all of them. Whoops. So San Jose and down Irvine. There's one over in Fresno on R Street. Down in L.A. Oakland on Clay Street. Ontario, Sacramento on Ethan Way, San Diego on Balboa Avenue, San Francisco, 50 Fremont Street. Yeah, that's the federal building. Got 9:15 here at the Voice of Stockton. Saturday Night News taking a look at the Commerce Department. They got offices right local, right nearby. Fresno, Oakland, San Francisco, San Jose. And we're going to take a pretty good trip here. It's been going pretty good. And, oh, that's okay. And explore data. Key economic indicators. You have personal income and outlays. That was really gross domestic product second quarter. And okay, personal income increased 71,700,000,000. That's 0.4% in June. And disposable personal income increased 65,300,000,000. Again, 0.4%, and personal consumption expenditures increased 57,100,000,000, also 0.4%. Second quarter gross domestic product, a 4.1% change. And in the first quarter, real gross domestic product increased 2.2%. The new residential construction, in August, the seasonally adjusted monthly rate would have been 128,200 units for the month of August nationwide. Housing starts. And above, that's an increase over July. That wouldn't be that. It would be about 100,000 divided by 12. 128 would be more like about 1,282,000 divided by 12 would have been about 100,000 housing starts, and about 90,000 in July for the actual monthly starts. This was manufacturing and trade inventories and sales. July, 0.6% change positive. 0.1% in June. Advanced monthly sales for retail and food services. July was a 0.7% change positive, and 0.1 in August. Monthly wholesale trade was up 0.1% in June and 0.6% in July. Quarterly services survey, a dip in the first quarter of 1.3%, but then an uptick in the second quarter of 3.2%. Manufacturers' shipments and inventories. June was a 0.6% positive change, but it was erased in July's 0.8% decline. Quarterly financial report, manufacturing, mining, wholesale trade, and selected services industries. Both showed increases in the first and second quarters. Retail trade, first quarter was a dip, and second quarter was a dip as well. $3.6 billion in the first quarter, $5.1 billion in the second. So retail trades haven't been doing too good. U.S. international trade in goods and services was June, $45 billion $700 million, and in July, $50,100,000,000. And that's the trade deficit. Construction spending was in July $1,315,400,000, and it was a 0.1% increase above June's. Advanced monthly retail inventories, they went up 0.4% in July. International trade in goods, advance U.S. to international, the deficit rose to $72 billion in July from $68 billion in June, as exports decreased and imports increased. I thought this trade war, it was supposed to go the other way. Advanced report on durable goods manufacturer shipments, inventories, and orders. In June, that was a 0.7% positive change, but in July, it was a 1.7% negative change. We have a 921 here at the Voice of Stockton, and we're going over commerce data as of 9/21. 3/4. We got about, let's see, 6, 9, about 15 minutes left. Home ownership rate in the second quarter was at 64.3%, not statistically different from the rate in the second quarter of 2017 of 63.7%. Rental vacancy rate in the second quarter of 2017 was 7.3%, and in the second quarter of 2018 was 6.8%, so went down 0.5%. And let's go over here to Get News. And okay, these are just news releases that they have, and let's see, they have press releases, commerce blog, opinion editorials, fact sheets, speeches, media contacts, and for press. And again, these are news releases that cover many pages. Then we have a view photos and videos and provide feedback. Now that's well, we can go on from there to USDA, which is where we pretty much start now. Back at the home page now, and pretty much covered what's on the surface at the Commerce Department. They present things pretty well. There is some, let us go exploring though, and to the Census Bureau, because that's got some little controversies swirling about it. And so we can take a good hard look. Now, here at the Census Bureau, we got related files. That's a right column. Mission is to serve as the nation's leading provider of quality data about its people and economy. The employees honor privacy, protect confidentiality, share their expertise globally, and conduct their work openly. They are guided by this mission by scientific objectivity, strong and capable workforce, devotion to research-based innovation, and their abiding commitment to their customers. I thought that was to the people of the United States. And they got locations, organizations, groups, leadership officials, categories, tags, and related content, our highest priority, Census Bureau, keeping your data safe, and then opinion editorial. Commerce Department helps Americans prepare and recover from storms. Spotlight on commerce. Economic census goes online. Data provide timely information on health of U.S. economy. Then there's an article on stats availability. We got 926 here at the Voice of Stockton. Deliver customer-centric service excellence, full constitutional requirements, and support economic activity. Enhanced job creation, opportunity project demo day, supporting America's communities impacted by hurricanes Harvey, Irma, and Maria. Year in review, our most popular stories. So we have a Census Bureau stuff. And gee, that's interesting, that Hurricane Maria census data. And so what disaster recovery, Hurricane Maria. Let's just go to that and see what they have. Oh, related content. Oh, this is strange. Organization and groups. This is just more of the same. No matching results. Can't find what you are looking for. Try our site search. Ooh. My. Oh, my. How about on data? Oh, same thing. The same thing. Now they got data non-spatial harvest, JSON, graphic cyber related files. Choose topic. Nope. Kind of the same thing. Man, oh man. Home of data. Okay. Nope. Wouldn't be there either, or you'd have to dig deep. So, yeah, we're just gonna call it adventure ended. 929. Commerce Department site review. That's what we did. Finney. Alrighty, let us take a quick trip then. Oops! I think I did a boo-boo. Let's just boo-boo out of there and shift right over to here, and hopefully we can get in there quickly. Hey, it looks like we got a good chance. Alrighty. USDA.gov. Okay, we're going to the USDA. Now, they claim to prepared to provide food, emergency housing. Wait a minute, hurricane resources. Yeah, not only provide food, but emergency housing, community as well as farmer and rancher assistance to individuals and small businesses affected by severe storms and flooding. Learn more. We want to hear from you, says Sonny, the secretary. I'm looking for disaster resources. USA Disaster Resource Center. Learn how to prepare, recover, and build long-term resilience and find federal assistance during disaster events. This is the Department of Agriculture. USDA in action. Cranberries at the heart of conservation. Did you know fall color begins in the spring? Bioplastics at home. And new technology for landowners. Resource managers revolutionizes rangeland monitoring. Featured digital press, TV, and radio. Disaster Resource Center. Census of Agriculture. And then questions asked the experts. Now we have sitemap, policies and links, performance, careers, report fraud on USDA contracts. Also visit Office of the Inspector General, plain writing, open digital strategy, FOIA, accessibility statement, privacy policy, non-discrimination, anti-harassment info. Oh, man. And then other things for USA.gov, WhiteHouse.gov, eGov, and feedback. So this is kind of like a little corny site over here. Pardon the pun. Now, let's go to topics. Animals, biotechnology, broadband, climate solutions, conservation, disaster farming, food nutrition, health and safety, opioids, organic plants, recreation, research and science, rural and trade. Our agency, what do they have? About USDA, agencies, initiatives, careers, employee services, reorganizing USDA and staff offices. And then under media, agency news releases, agency reports, blog, digital press releases, and radio. And so, oh man. Let's just go again. Here's about USDA. We got 934 here at the Voice of Stockton. Okay, our secretary, deputy secretary, budget, laws and regulation, missionaries, performance, regulatory reform, agencies, initiatives, careers. Okay. What we do, helping rural America to thrive, to promote agriculture production that better nourishes Americans, preserve our nation's natural resources through conservation, restored forests, improved watersheds, and healthy private working lands. There's 29 agencies, nearly 100,000 employees, serve the country at more than 4,500 locations across the country. I've got a strategic plan to provide our workforce with direction and goals, along with milestones that we use to measure our progress to help to guide decisions. Okay. Let's see. About USDA. And so, yeah, this is... we'll return to this on our next show, and to cover more of the USDA about what they're doing, and had a little look at what they want to proclaim about, and that's not really their mission. That's more like FEMA. So on the surface, they, oh, look what we're doing, you know. Wait a minute. All righty. Well, let me call a disengagement from our main topic, the main portion of our show, and come over here. We're at the audition, and make sure we got our 1 hour in. Alrighty, covered commerce and got into the USDA after a review of the standings. So thanks for being with us, and enjoy this when it's played again. This has been the Saturday Evening News, September 22nd, solstice, that is summer fall solstice, and do take care all. And we're still on the air, and with that though, I'm going to disengage off the XSplit, and that means off the Facebook and YouTube. And let me give a little wave. Here we went. And so let me get over here. Boom.